We are at the National Quartet Convention. Next to me, the Ladd family, and directly next to me is Paul Ladd. Paul, welcome to Gospel Music Today.
Thank you, friend. I appreciate you having us here, man. It's an honor.
Now, we want to ask you a few things about the Ladd
Sure,
family,
sure.
and we're going to get also to this other person on the end that's helping you out that we've met before along the way.
Yes, sir.
Now, the Ladd family goes back to your parents originally.
Yes, sir. The Ladd family have been on the road with my mom and dad's over 30 years. Started over 30 years ago. My mom and dad, they got saved. Dad got called to preach. They sold the house and bought a fifth-wheel trailer, put two parents, a full-size border collie, and 5 kids in a fifth-wheel trailer. It was only 15 foot long. We went up and down the eastern United States preaching gospel music, singing gospel music, and just going at it right like that. We're just going to continue on that tradition.
Now, you grew up in that and you're continuing on with that. Was there a time when you knew that this is what you wanted to do?
Ever since we were little boys, we knew that we wanted to be in gospel music, and we knew that we wanted to minister. And that's just something that's always been in our hearts, is seeing a soul saved. It's not about the CD product, it's not CD sales or how much we got in the offering or did we get our flat. At the end of the night, it's about how many received Jesus at the end of the service. And that's all that we're worried about.
That's right. That's right. Let me ask Melissa about your ladies' conferences. I know you've been involved in that.
Very much so. It's a big leap of faith for me. I was raised in an all-American pie kind of family. Mom stayed home, Dad worked, we went to church Sunday morning, Sunday night, and Wednesday. And stepping out in the faith and full-time ministry this year, especially on my part, has been something so completely and totally different and new. And it's been scary, but yet there's that sense of peace. And then when we started to do all these ladies' conferences, God started to open door after door after door after door, and I never thought this little redneck girl would be singing gospel music, preaching at women's conferences, but it's been excellent, and I love it very much.
What are the topics that come up in there?
Just day-to-day life, how to be a better mother, how to be a better wife, and I'm not a perfect example of anything like that, but it's just the fact that that you can find your answer to whatever your need is, from everyday things to huge problems. No matter what, God's got an answer for your need, and He can meet your every need.
Excellent. Steve's been helping the family for this weekend at the Quartet Convention.
Yeah, I'm proud of my brother and my sister-in-law. They've got a great sound. And like he said, just carrying on our family tradition, and it means a lot to me that, the name, the Ladd family, is out there now, and they're doing a great job. It was fun to sing with them yesterday, and just having a ball.
Now, you may recognize Steve as the former tenor for Gold City and one of the great ones. But you have a solo ministry now.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I've been traveling for a year now, solo, and God has opened up a lot of doors. California to Florida, all over the place, and so just like them, people are getting saved, and that's what it's all about. So I'm excited about what I got a new single that just hit the charts, and a new album that's come out, and God's just opened up a lot of doors. So I appreciate people like y'all that will have us on and let us share what's going on in our life, because a lot of people, they've seen me with Gold City, but they don't know a lot about my family or me, or and we've got a big family and a lot of great talent in the family, and my dad preaches, and Paul and them are preaching now, and so it's cool to see that name, that we grew up with, and we tried so hard. Now it's starting to make an impact. So.
Yeah, that is nice.
Yeah.
The whole family thing is nice. Yeah.
Except him, he's not very nice all the time. I'm the baby, so. Growing up, they always picked on me, so there's a little resentment there.
Oh, I can imagine.
But when it was time to do the work, when it was time to do housework, Steve would always run into the mom and say, "I don't have to, do I? Because I'm your baby." And she would say, "Don't have to do what? Clean my room?" And she said, "Yeah, you're my baby." And she said, "I told you I didn't have to do it because I was mommy's baby."
That's right.
That sounds a little more like reality than what the story that Steve told me.
No, don't believe it. Don't believe it.
You guys have a story that is really, really impressive, really, really touching. We met your baby just as you came in here, and tell me about you called him the Miracle Baby,
The Miracle
and
Baby.
that's true.
And I used to sing and travel with the Stills back in the late 90s, early 2000s. And God called me off the road. And there were some things in my life that I needed to fix, some things in my life that I needed to change. One of those things that God wanted to do was break me completely. That way, He can be used through me. If I'm broken and I'm out of the way, or if you're broken and you're out of the way, then none of us remains. It's all God. 2004, I was diagnosed with Hodgkin's lymphoma cancer. The day that I found out that I was diagnosed with cancer, one of the coaches for the Carolina Panthers died from it. They told me it was the best kind of cancer I could have. But because of where the cancer was, the doctor said that I would never be able to have children. My wife and I got married in December 8, 2007. The day we got back off of our honeymoon, her doctor called and said, y'all need to get in here quick. And he said, these papers, before y'all got married, we ran tests, just make sure everything was okay, and it says you have stage 4 cervical cancer in your left cervix. We need to do some more tests. We're going to kick you out, Paul. And about 2 hours later, I saw the doctors come in crying with tears in his eyes. I walked into the room, and my wife had her head down in her lap crying. And I was like, this can't be good, because I know what chemo can do to a body.
Yeah.
Make you feel like death warmed over, make you look like death warmed over. I did not want my beautiful bride to go through that. I was like, this ain't good, but whatever God wants, we'll go through it together, and we'll stand on the other side together. He said, I don't understand it, Mr. Ladd. These tests say that your wife had stage 4 cervical cancer, but we just examined her, and there's nothing there, but the damage is done so hard that she'll never be able to have kids. We were singing in a revival at Church of God in Charlotte, North Carolina. We were only to sing one song. We sung one song, didn't say a word, just got off the stage. The visiting evangelist stopped my wife mid-platform and said, Sister Ladd, God's given you the desires of your heart right now. We said, okay. Sat down, and my dad turned around and said, what have y'all been praying about? And I said, it's none of your business. You'll see it when God gives it to us. He said, well, let me tell you what I saw. While y'all were singing, I saw a strobe of light going off in her stomach, and I saw my grandson. I said, okay, not a problem. A week to the day, we found out that we were pregnant with Elijah Nathaniel Ladd, who will be 1 year old October the 21st.
Beautiful.
And we just couldn't be any more happier. And we just give God all the praise and all the glory and all the honor, because without Him, we wouldn't be able to do anything.
And he looks like a lad.
Yeah, he looks like a
his
lad.
mommy.
Hey, buddy. Can you say hi? Can you say he'll try to eat it? Exactly. He'll try to eat it.
Watch out, bud.
But
Okay.
my brother, thank you so much for having us on here.
Well, it's been a pleasure for us. And just let me ask you quickly, have you been
Sure.
recording?
Yes, we have a new album out called Love, Mercy, and Grace. It's available at our website, www.laddfamilyministries.com.
Okay. Paul, Melissa, Steve, all the Ladd family, what a thrill to see you guys, and thank you very much for talking to us on Gospel Music
Thank you,
today.
brother.
We love you guys.
Yeah.
Bye.
And we'll follow the baby. There's more coming up on Gospel Music Today.